welcome to episode 19 of Roll Cool, the TaleSpire podcast. Announcements. Join the Discord. There's a Living World D&D thing if you want to interact with the stream, and hashtag vote.
And hashtag vote.
Hashtag vote.
For maybe a council member coming up here soon, but make a D&D character and jump on in and be able to...
New city councilman, dude?
Character in the world and participate and possibly guest, possibly... We'll see how it goes. It's pretty new, but jump on in.
Made up.
Also,
Yes.
Nothing.
Hit the like button, smash the sub, especially if you're a Dom.
Absolutely. Especially if you're a Dom, smash the sub.
You have to.
We're past 10 minutes. It can get dirty now. Yeah.
Well, sub.
It's the most Dom thing you could do.
That alpha energy.
Either you're already subbed or you're going to be a Dom and be Cub sub. And smash that subscribe.
Oh,
Hell yeah. I don't have anything else to say.
Frick, heck. We gotta keep it clean for 10 minutes.
All right.
Was that not clean?
Frickin' heck. I don't know.
It was clean enough, you know. Well.
Oh man.
There's like a filter on the music, so if you stop talking, it's just quiet.
Oh, really? Oh, that's kind of strange.
It is.
Well, there is D&D to be had tonight. That story continues right here. You guys dismantled the Black Blood Ape and came back with its head into my lorry. You guys are now in
What?
Miley's, showing off the head, telling stories of the tale, reading notes in a journal.
Reading!
Not me.
Not all of us.
And Lionel taking the night off in his room thinking about his... You guys have had 120 beers for a true, proper recap, so this is where we're just going to start. So right now, that's the scene.
Maggie, Miley. I don't really like doing any more of that. It's a busy tavern. It is... You guys have been here before. It's Maggie and Miley's.
We're buddies.
Yeah, but we're going to start upstairs in a lonely room. Wish I could put a filter on the audio, but...
In a lonely room.
As Lionel, you're in your room thinking and dwelling on your lycanthropy and how you were affected by your owlkinness, or sort of becoming an owl, and how you didn't have quite that much control over it. And in this thought little experiment, you lift or wherever you're bitten on like a leg, right?
It was more of like a shoulder thing, so I was a bit
Each
like
to the shoulder.
like a trapezius bite.
Get out of
Nice.
here.
The trap.
It's true. It's true.
Get the fuck out. Oh,
Bitten
no.
by a trap? Is that what happened?
The trap. The thigh of the upper body. You.
That's what they call it. As everyone refers to it.
That torso thigh. As a. You take a look. It's almost like throbbing with pain as you start to think about it more, and under your pale, darkish drow skin, it's kind of pulsating with a very similar but minor version of this kind of black blood sort of thing that you saw on the ape. But for now, it is under control and is not provoked. But if you would like to make a nature check.
I would love to. After my hiccup.
Take your time.
How does an 11 sound?
As you look out to the night sky, it's a bit cloudy, and it's hard to tell when the next full moon will strike. But now that the moons have completed their like bypassing each other, it will be one of the moons becoming full, but you don't know when that will be.
Can I go ahead and do a little star collar arrow shot into the sky? Just to see.
You have to launch it out your window, but we'll allow it.
Cool. I'm
Pop
gonna do that.
window down and shoot an arrow out of it. It's a party.
Does the arrow make a noise?
13. We're getting lower. We're getting lower.
Oh, that's close.
Damn.
That would have been sick. Yeah, as you creak open the window, and then just as you manifest the bow out of this star tattoo on you, just kind of like a bottle rocket into the sky, and just dissipates.
Awesome. Okay.
What a waste of star energy.
It's infinite.
Waste.
What a waste of infinite energy.
I can't believe you've done this.
I can't believe it.
So up here by yourself in this room, is there anything else you would like to do, or any plans?
I would just be tending to my new costumes, I guess. So the 2 masks, I would make sure they're nice and clean and stuff like that. But the guy who handed me the pamphlet and said, "We know what we are."
Mm-hmm.
I didn't recognize him at the meeting, right? I think he might have been a recruitment from the others.
So I'm just gonna resolve it this way the first time, and then we can see how it feels, and then we can change it. For your first Thieves Guild roll, you rolled that I think it was a 30 with the bonuses, or 19 or 29 and 30. That was what resolved from that is an ally.
Oh, okay.
So you have you basically gained another ally in this realm.
Okay.
And giving you that note, he knows enough about the theater that you have founded.
Theater.
And is on board.
Cool. Okay. But he doesn't know who I am, does he? I didn't get that notion off of it. He was just kind of feeling me out.
It was more like I'll make an insight check.
Me? Okay.
Ooh, inside.
I like that.
I like
Another 8 for 14.
14. You'd tell that he knew who you were, and was it was basically like showing you who he was in that moment.
Okay. Interesting. I like that. Power move.
As like hey, I see you, now you see me, we're on board.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
And he was another drow, by the way.
Oh, dope. Okay. Then I'm gonna, because the Star Caller thing does another, every time I do it, it does a level of exhaustion, so I'm gonna rest for the rest of the night and get that taken away from me.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm all, I guess that's it for me. Wild.
All right. As downstairs, Quoben, you're at a table reading the notes that Lionel has handed to you. Sving, I believe you said you were currently standing on a table, one leg on the head, telling the tale of slaying this creature. Pem and Surge, what are you guys doing in this moment?
What time is it?
It's like, picture like late post dinner, like a 9 p.m. at a tavern where people are just the ones who are staying for the night to party are getting drunker, and the ones who are having dinner and are retiring to their bedrooms and places of rest.
I'd be picking my loot with backing up Sping here, trying to really emphasize the story.
Playing a little accompaniment to the tale.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Sving, I'm thinking about writing a song for you about your tale.
Muted.
What?
I am muted, not you.
Oh, you are
It's
muted.
Okay. Yeah. I was trying to figure out whether or not you could read lips, Serge. And
Well,
apparently you cannot, so that's good to know. Anyway, what you say?
I think I'm gonna write a song about you and the hunt. Call it
Oh.
Wild Sving.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck.
Oh.
Amazing.
Oh man.
I don't hate that.
I think I would like that. You
I
want
imagine you
to
would.
give me a little a teaser?
It's work in progress. I've got some of the lyrics, not many, but I've got a sound. I could, play it for you, and I play the sound, and it's literally just Wild Thing, but for Sving. That's what
Yeah.
I'm picturing in my head.
I love for if you had the lyrics.
Yeah.
Well, what I have so far is like wild swing.
Dun, dun, dun.
I was working on it.
You make my heart swing.
Oh, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to think of like the second thing. That's good. I like that. Oh, god damn it.
He's the cat.
Anything that
swing.
rhymes with
Yeah.
It's just a
Oh,
descriptive song. Just explaining him.
All right, Pem and Quoben, what are your guys' vibes like here at the tavern?
I think I'll just be studying and reading my notes. Probably having some wine.
Gotcha. For you guys now, drinks are mostly on the house with Maggie and Miley.
I
Juniper, Juniper is also serving drinks and coming around, but you guys you built a good enough rapport with them to where you not only saved their tavern from the boggle danger, but you've also saved it financially and allowed them
whole fucking town.
to get their ownership back into the tavern. Pem, what are you doing in the tavern?
I think there would be like a fire in there, right? Like some kind of fireplace.
there's
or
a hearth,
something. I think I would be sitting by that and just kind of playing with the fire, like the pyromaniac that I am.
Throwing your snake in and out.
Just kind of
Little
like
snake
I
elementals
don't
just
know.
in there playing around.
Yeah, I guess
That's
something
actually
like
kind
that.
of cute.
Yeah, so I think I'd just be doing that. Just kind of chilling, probably getting ready to go to sleep soon.
All right. Is there anything you guys would like to do before, or we can just skip through to resting?
I need to rest.
I think maybe in the middle of the night I might go knock on Lionel's door.
Okay,
But after everybody goes to sleep.
gotcha.
He doesn't like to be disturbed when he's sleeping. I remember we did that once. Pissed him off.
Was that when you guys let the gym get stolen?
No, a different time.
Still salty.
He's still mad
so-
about it. Yeah.
Fing and Surge, I think everyone else is heading for the long rest. Are you guys wanting to do anything before long resting?
The only thing I would want to do is take my trophy upstairs and then probably cast alarm after the tavern's closed.
On the tavern or on your room door?
How exactly is it like set up? Does Maggie and Miley stay there? Do they like live there?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are their quarters?
They have
As
a room
opposed to upstairs.
upstairs. There is a room upstairs.
Then I'll just do in front of my door.
Gotcha. Juniper kind of stays around and about, as the tree doesn't really have to sleep that much.
Okay.
But okay.
Before I go to rest, I'd like to talk to Maggie and/or Miley, if I can see them at the bar.
Sure. So Miley's usually fluttering around and getting drink orders, as Maggie usually tends more to the bar and kind of hangs low. So whoever you'd like to get a hold of, you probably could.
I'll talk to the one at the bar.
it-
Yeah, let the person
Okay.
let the one taking orders keep going around and staying busy.
Yeah.
You said Maggie was the one at the bar? Or
Yes.
Miley? Okay, Maggie. Maggie, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey, okay. How's how's business been the last month since everything has kind of settled?
It's been pretty good. We've been busier than normal.
That's good. What why do you think busier than normal? Something coming
Well,
up or
No, ever since you guys saved the town, people have felt a little safer here, so they have been coming by a little more.
all right, I guess that makes sense. What do you think about the town's leadership these last few weeks?
Oh, I don't
Any
know.
concerns?
I stay out of politics.
Have you talked to any other business owners, landowners, see what they say?
No, I mostly just keep to myself. But Miley has bought me a lot of new paints recently, so I haven't been able to start up painting again.
Oh, you paint. Oh, nice. That's cool. What do you paint?
She kind of like gestures around but like saying like, oh, nothing, not too much, just for my own, hobby. And as you like look around, the whole ceiling is completely painted like the Sistine Chapel of stuff in here, and every little bit of wall has kind of got a little flourish to the paint to it. Even like the natural flowers that are growing out of the wall and like the druid crafted stuff.
Does it look
It's
good
touched
though,
up.
or is it like kid
Yeah,
with the
it's-
crayon
it's-
on the wall?
No, it's great.
This is your work. This is great. This is beautiful.
Oh, I don't know.
I have some confidence. That's good. Listen, would your sister Miley know maybe a little more about the politics and the going-ons?
Yeah, she handles all the business stuff.
All right. Well, I think I'll go talk to her for a minute before I retire for the night. But keep up the good work, and I'm glad to see you guys are more successful these days. So congrats. Take care.
Okay.
Good night. And I'll try to wave down Maggie or Miley when she's got a second.
Yeah, she's the one who flutters around table to table, and with being pretty busy in here still, she's quite busy, but she's kind of like, hello, yes, what can I help you? Do you need something? You need a drink? Can I get you anything?
Yeah, just a quick minute of your time. How's congratulations on the busier days. You looking like you good.
You can see like a notes in her hand, like, it's busy. Yes.
Listen, tell you what, I can tell you you're pretty busy here. What's a good time to talk to you? In the morning? When do you have a couple of minutes to talk?
Morning would be wonderful. If we don't really do breakfast, mostly just hanging out, and then I water Juniper in the morning, and I have to take out the trash and stuff. But if you could,
Gotcha.
right now, not a great time. But
Morning's good. I will,
if
I
you
will
need anything, just
see you in the morning. Nope. Good job. Keep
Oh.
it up. Have
No.
a good night.
You too. She's a very energetic, like jittery fly. This
Yeah.
fairy flying around, taking orders.
All right. Yeah. With that, then I'm done for the night. I'll go up and retire. Go to sleep.
All right. As you guys all retire to your rooms, Pem,
Oh boy.
you walk into your room, and as upstairs, you shut the door behind you. Make a perception check real quick.
Okay. Sorry, my D&D Beyond slow.
Well, figure it out.
Trying.
We don't have 3 hours.
I got it. Solid 8. It's an 8, Bob.
All right, Bob. As you open the door, you're like, yep, this is the room. And you shut it, and then you turn around. And then you just hear a voice. Been waiting for you. As you like almost look over in the shadow, sitting in a chair, is the silhouette kind of from the window being shadowed from the moonlit sky. Is a voice that you recognize immediately, almost sending goosebumps down your entire body, of Thalass Red.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Oh, you're quite a notable figure in this town now.
Just fireball the room.
I don't say anything.
Kind of spins the chair a little bit and leans forward, and you can see as he his visage comes into the moonlight from the window. You can see the large scar on his face, and he's just kind of holding a dagger that has. It's basically like a dagger with the center hollowed out, but it's a gold little thing as he's kind of just playing with it and almost like cleaning it with his hands. Well,
Ooh.
there's quite a bit of money you owe me here, Pam. And when he says that, you hear a creak behind you as there are two figures
Oh
to
shit.
the sides of the door. Just kind of, you just hear. They don't do anything, but they just stand there. Just a bit over 1,200 gold, if I count correctly. What's your favorite game down there in the pits? More of a dice man.
I like dice. Yeah. I like it all.
Guilty charged.
Just a gambling man. I respect
so
it.
good.
You respect the game.
Don't put one game on me.
I also respect the game, Pam. But the rules of the game have changed, and I'm going to give you an opportunity to pay off your debt.
What debt? He just sticks to that.
Go on. I tell him.
He stands up from his chair and takes a step closer and is kind of walking towards you. The council meeting's tomorrow. When they ask for a representative from Rousette Row, you tell them you know a fine business owner of the tall glass named Thalass Red. You have a lot of pull in this town, and you can vouch for me, and I will be very grateful, and I would, if all goes according to plan, your debt will be cleared with me. You can even come back and gamble all you would like.
I would gladly do this for you.
Attaboy, Pam. And he steps closer and gives you like that little cheek pat. We'll be waiting. And then he just walks by you, creaks open the door, and walks by.
Juicy. Extra juicy.
Oh, that was
Didn't know
weird.
we had another murder on the fucking schedule.
We'll pencil him in on Thursday.
So just out of character, I'm not going to recommend him.
Oh god.
Sure.
Like after they
that's-
leave, I'm just gonna be like, I can't believe how easy that was to lie to him and get him to leave.
Pem is such a gaslighting bitch.
I was gonna
Love it.
transform into like something and like transform into like a snake and just like slither out of the room or something, but
Anytime you challenge him, he poops into an animal and crawls into the floorboards.
gone. Yeah. But yeah,
Make an
it
insight
seemed
check.
easier. Okay.
Just we'll add some a little more context.
Okay.
Insight.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
about that while he was talking. Anyways, 16.
16.
Not bad.
Not bad. I'll take it.
You gathered it was more of a threat than a opportunity. So regardless of what you said, if you were trying to lie to him or if you were just,
I just kind of wanted to see what he was gonna do.
yeah. It was
Living
more of
room.
a flex of a he knows where you are, like he's
That's
now are quiet
fine.
in the room. You're like, oh shit, like he knows exactly what room I stay in. He knows.
I'm not worried about that.
All right. I just with the insight I wanted to yeah.
The room can be burned.
That is true.
Before I
The
realized there were
room.
2 other people, I was going to attack. But
The
All right.
room is sacrificial.
or whole person. But
Yeah, as you guys go for
Real
long
quick,
rest, Quoben. Oh, go. Yeah.
I read through alarm. I can choose people that like don't trigger it, so I am going to put it on the stairs leading up, and just
Okay.
like make everybody that I can or need to exempt or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All the friendly people that you know in the tavern.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so if everybody else is asleep, I think Corbin has been like lying awake, thinking about shit, not quite able to fall asleep. Thinking back to his augury spell that he did, trying to figure out if letting everything just kind of pan out how it is a good call or not. And he got a kind of yes and no, hot and cold vibe from it. So I'll quietly make my way down the hallway to wherever Lionel's room is and gently knock on the door. Is he in there? I'll knock again.
I'm in
it
there.
takes more than like 10 seconds. I'm gonna knock again because I think he's like, what? He didn't answer?
Yeah. So I guess after 30 seconds, I finally get up and
He's knocked about 4 or 5 times. Like,
I'll open the door.
Lionel,
Oh, sir.
could you spare a moment? I know you're off the clock, but
I'll step out into the hallway. Yes, of course, sir.
it may be better if we speak in a room. You can come to my chambers if that's more comfortable.
Of course, sir.
Yeah, lead him back to my room.
yeah, I was waiting for that.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I closed the door
Yeah.
softly behind him.
What's up, big bro?
Oh no! Fuck.
Step brother.
Yeah, what's wrong, step bro?
I just can't get this out of my laundry machine. Could you reach in all the way to the bottom and see if you could grab it?
God damn.
What was I gonna do? God.
Oh no.
You're leading him to your room.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I guess we're fucking.
No.
Oh man. Holy shit.
That threw my vibe off so hard. I don't remember. I'm not sure if letting the council, the proceedings go on is a good idea. I'm questioning leaving, what was the lion guy? Fuck that. Borda. Questioning leaving Borda as a member of the council because he's obviously, I believe, having murdered 2 of the other members, and he's clearly on the side as Aladar. And just wholly not trustworthy. I'm curious if you think that it would be possible to get into his home.
Well, his home at the moment says abandoned.
Is it? He must be staying somewhere.
Surely, I just don't know where. Just definitely not his home where we were.
I guess I'll get to the point. I'm questioning if we should kill him.
That's a good question, sir. I don't believe that'll do anything really.
No. Because the trial is not going to go our way. We know that. Whatever elections this town do will be corrupt. I guess I don't know how to get rid of the rot.
Fire.
Fortunately, sir, I believe the best remedy is time and influence on the people of the town. I know we don't have much time, nor do they deserve our time, quite frankly, but it will take some effort on their part. Perhaps we can instigate some sort of rebellion. If that's what you're leaning towards. Of course, it's just an
clearly,
idea.
The druids need to be taken out of power. That
I
whole
agree.
sect is a farce. Corrupt to the core. I don't know how to do that, though.
Well, the town surely knows that we've saved them, or at least a large majority of them.
Do we do a chain letter?
Perhaps
We
a
could-
petition.
We could start a chain letter at the post office. If you do not send this to 4 people,
No.
the evil druids will continue to take over the town. Spread the word. Do your part, send the letter.
Or
Out of
a
character,
pe-
I really like that. That's fucking great.
Can we just make a forward from grandma?
peaceful petition.
Just say you're a
really
prince
helps.
from like the next town over or something. I don't know.
There's a
I don't
prince in
know
town.
why. I just feel our problem could be solved at the post office.
Most have been solved at the post office. That is true.
I don't know. We can. What if we start a riot?
Then we start a riot.
How does one start a riot?
No idea, sir.
Well, I don't plan on going to this trial tomorrow. Or we could try to bring a riot to the trial. I don't know. Oh, well, I'll let you sleep.
So I'm sure you have.
Sorry.
I'm sure we have ideas in the morning, especially with everybody brainstorming. But
Sorry for bothering you on your off night.
no worries, Sam.
Take an extra tip, or, whatever.
How generous, sir. Thank you.
I
Tip yourself. All right,
I'll
good
head-
night.
Good night. I'll head back to my room. And this time, when I'm in my room, I'll put all my shit away before anybody else tries to knock and come in.
Gotcha.
I'll put my masks away and all that junk.
Make just a general intelligence check for me, Lionel.
Okay. Ooh, 5.
Okay. Not quite what I was looking for, but
All good.
do you think a little bit more about, as you're putting your stuff away, potentials of solutions for your lycanthropy and how to deal with it, but can't think of any initial or any solutions.
Okay.
Or
Also,
leads.
just thinking on what we talk about. I know we haven't like progressed anything with the guild or the syndicate that I'm trying to build, but I remember one of the priorities was to kind of find these little snippets of corruption, very anonymous like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if word has come back from anybody or if I have to go searching for that.
You could go look.
I'll go look.
Okay.
I'll put my blacks on. Close
Yeah.
the door, lock it, open the window.
You do know in our messaging where your headquarters is.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk out of your room. Make a stealth check versus everyone's.
Passive perception is going to be tough.
Dude, what are these rolls? 10.
Ooh.
Fucking slams the door.
I think anyone who's asleep, it's -5 to your passive, but it's a 10 stealth. So I think
I would have
those of you,
10.
yeah. So you'd meet it, and
I-
you'd at least
What
hear
is
him
it?
walk out.
or a person walking.
Yeah, you'd hear a person walking.
does he goes out the window, or would he
I think
trigger
Coben
alarm?
like looks at the door,
Stings alarm.
and then if no one comes in the door, they don't stop at the door. He's just gonna like.
Oh, under the covers.
I just
I just
assume
thought
he's going
of
outside
Lord
to poop.
Farquaad in bed.
I just assume he's going to poop.
Yeah.
I don't think Coben would do
that's
anything
fair.
about it. Like he just heard someone
No,
walk
it's
down the
like
hallway.
normal.
Just
I
like
feel like
Yeah, it's a normal inn, but okay.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
someone walked down the hallway.
You,
I don't think there's any
Head to your little headquarters.
Lord Fire.
You walk down the steps through some familiar territory and start to see on these cave walls that have been dug out, almost like hanging theater posters and stuff of plays that have happened. Very, it'd basically like be walking in and seeing like, oh yeah, there's a Hamlet and like all these classics, like very like white girl setup of things going on.
Teenage bedroom
And-
setup.
Yeah, exactly. And just like stuff that has been scavenged up real quick. And you do see 2 figures in here. One, a halfling, and the other, a familiar
Foaling.
drow figure wearing a top hat, all pinstriped out with light purples and darker purples. As he kind of just like, oh, you've made it.
I have my comedy mask on and my all blacks.
And the halfling has a mask on, but of the moon that you have delegated, but this man does not.
Okay.
He goes, greetings, and he gives you a bow, and then curtsies after. Like he gives you a nice bow, and then gets up and, my name is Erevis Kale, and I've heard your little theater be brought upon this, land of, sick from the arts, and I can look, where I'm from, we don't get too many nice things, and this seemed like a very nice thing to me. So,
Well, I'm glad you like it.
if you ever need my assistance, I can help. I am very well-to-do and have quite a skill set. But also, I can stay here and keep update to your headquarters. I just love the theater.
Would
Always
like an
been a fan.
insight.
Yeah, make an insight check.
Come on, be higher than. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. 24.
He is completely forthright with you.
All right. I go and I shake his hand. So, I hope you know the priorities of this place, this organization that we're setting up.
Yes, of course.
Any
would not
news on that front?
Well, our friends here have failed in their search for any sort of moonstones.
I knew that would be difficult. No worries, gentlemen. And I kind of give the little halfling a nod.
As you do that, he goes, the Erevis kind of speaks up and goes, now go find them, actually. You did nothing. That was your roll of a 4 on the D100.
What was it for again?
He got nothing done.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So on your like Thieves Guild check, the 30 was to result in getting a new ally. And then you roll a D100 to see how your business actually does. You owe money actually.
I think I paid that already.
If you already, I did send it to you like a week
Through
or two
Telegram.
ago.
Yeah, I took
If
it
you-
out
yeah,
of
if
my
you-
shit.
Gotcha, but
I remember
they
that.
need, they need more money. It did not go well.
That's great.
That's fine. No, yeah, I had paid that debt.
That's
Okay.
fucking hilarious.
He kind of like berates him as he goes out, like, do your job. Well, look,
Backhand.
no, he doesn't hit him.
Absolutely goes up the side of his head.
But I do have a little spot down in Coral Creek is what they've been calling it. The Shadow. Ooh, spooky. But anyways, that's where I've been staying as recently. So if you ever need me, I will be there, and I will spend some nights around here.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Yep. In the Shadow,
Ooh, spooky.
which, yeah,
Coral's Keep, Coral's Creek,
Coral Creek.
Coral Creek.
Oral.
But mechanically, you have gained an ally for your Thieves Guild. So you have, the dwelling of a useful ally, such as some sort of sage or franchise member.
Okay.
And he can be a source of lore, providing insights into certain things in the campaign. And for a low fee of 100 gold pieces, times the Thieves Guild tier you're at, which you're at 1, so
100 gold.
yep. And you can also make a one-time use of him to lower all of your upkeep costs by 50% for a few months. And you can also bring him out one time on an expedition or some sort of thing if you really need his assistance.
Mission?
on
That's fun.
a mission.
That's so cool.
But then you will lose him after that.
Oh, okay.
So he will come out and help you.
Then he gets traumatized and quits.
Yeah.
And then
This isn't my shit. I thought it was. It's
I
not.
think it says, basically you can go to him, pay for basically secrets and anything you want to know. You will go out and search for them and give you the answer. And then he's a thief and good at stealth and whatnot, so Yeah.
I'll ask him if he knows anything. Well, do you know anything about the trials coming up?
And is this something that you're paying 100 gold for, or is just a question?
No. It's a question first, but then I'm going to pay him to do so.
Oh. Well, the things I don't know, I mean, I've heard a lot of things, especially down in the shadow. Lots of shady folk talking about very peculiar things. I hear things, but I also know things. So, what would you like to know?
Who does number 2 work for?
Yeah. I'm going to pay him the 100 gold.
Okay.
Remove. And I'm going to ask him
That's your tip.
about basically any hidden, like, just secrets that these higher ups are keeping, because they sound like they're in cahoots with each other, and if they're all trying to hide something from the public, I want to know what that is.
So there are 5 council spots.
Yeah, so definitely the druid and the judge, pretty much.
So just the druid.
Yes, sorry, the druid and the guy who had the who we're at court with. What's his face?
Owns the
Aladar.
house.
Aladar. Yeah.
Well, I have a bunch of information on either of those two. Which one would you like? The other one, might have to cost you.
Sure.
I'm ally, dude. You're getting milked.
And here I thought you were working for me. That's interesting.
I am but a man of my stature, and he's wearing very nice clothes, and he seems more like on the flamboyant side and of
This guy
things
fucks.
than most people.
Was he the one that
What?
handed me the pamphlet?
He was.
Okay, this motherfucker.
This guy fucks.
He's usurping you. He's taking over the guild behind your back.
It's like, I need.
I think he's doing it
payments.
in front of his face.
Doing it right here, bitch.
I don't ask for any payments from the guild, but I am here to look after it and make sure your cronies do what they'd say.
He will.
I like what your guild stands for and what you stand for. It would be a tragedy if we couldn't work together or anything, but I need paid as well.
Whoops. All my people are paid. Heck, I paid that guy more than I just paid you now, but
Well, then
Go on.
100 gold shouldn't be a problem.
no, it wouldn't.
Well, I have lots of information. So, which one would you like first, and then you can decide whether or not to pay.
Aladar.
Okay, Aladar. Well, a man of business and philanthropy. Or at least that's what he calls it. That's what he is fully convinced of himself. And the stories I've heard, he believes he has done nothing wrong. He came in here about 11, 12 months ago, and has been buying up land from the Shrobai Wood. He bought up a quarter of the city. He's been renovating and rebuilding, trying to buy up various establishments in the city, including this one that we're currently in. Thankfully, that didn't pan out. But, is there anything specific you would like to know about him?
Yeah. A person of power and owned a whole bunch of property. Why was he not knowing of what was going on beneath it? I mean, there was tons of tunnels. There was a slave labor camp. Fucking experiments, vampiric experiments happening. Heck, the last druid was down there.
Wow.
And he's just oblivious to everything. He's not part of it.
And he kind of takes a step away to kind of do a pondering look, and people of that class pretend they're busier than they actually are, and they tend to miss a lot of things. They see things on a grander scale. The mansion has been rented out for almost 6 months, and from what I've heard from other members of the Shadow, that the tunnel and elevators were not even established beforehand. There was some knowledge of whoever rented that place, and he gives you a wink. Whoever. And that they knew where the tunnels were and built upon it after renting it. They must have paid a pretty penny for him not to come back, but I don't think he knew about it.
The person who rented it out?
Ah, well, I believe you took care of him, didn't you?
Not quite. Don't think. His little misty spirit flew away.
Well, I saw the place in quite a bit of flames, so...
Allegedly.
And the druid?
He just kind of puts out his hand.
Yeah. Come on, we're making a great relationship here.
Yes, but I have a lavish lifestyle that I would love to continue.
I'll give you 50.
Well, I'll give you half an answer. What would you like to know?
16 of the 32 Baskin-Robbins flavors.
I will... Let's see, I will
Rocky
ask
Road,
him...
Moose Tracks, Vanilla.
God damn it.
I guess I'll ask the same question about the druid, just like... Because the last druid didn't seem like he was doing anything at all for the community. And this one seems to be a hard wall for the community to pass through any sort of, rebuilding. They just saw their town get entranced and stashed away.
Stashed away.
Why make a trial out of something that out of a trauma that the whole town experienced? And he wasn't even here for it.
Well, Vorda, the one currently in charge. See, these druids run by an archaic sort of hierarchy of whoever's oldest gets to run the show. Not my style, but that's something that they've determined. So Vorda being second, well, oldest now, gets to run the show by wood. And the council before made of a bunch of shady creatures. One in particular. But I don't think he killed them. I think this shady creature that I'm speaking of was the culprit. And Vorda, honestly, he might be in a bit of shock and mourning more than deceit.
This shady figure is a person we haven't met yet.
And the other half?
I'll hand it over.
I knew we would be such great business partners. So, this other figure was a female drow. And you know our type. And what he's referring to is there's a very... In the drow community, there's a very matriarchal presence. The males are almost used as slaves and kind of run out. So...
Inky.
It is.
Death by Snoo.
Death by Snoo indeed.
Just a reminder, smash that sub.
Smash that sub.
Good one.
Yeah, but
Good one.
make sure you fucking absolutely trash that thing.
Absolutely.
Just wear it out.
make that button feel inferior. As
Not good enough for you.
he goes on to explain that this was a female drow. And this one in particular, I believe, is the cause of all the problems in this town. I know the vampires are there, but also this creature who is suspiciously gone missing. I believe had a touch of the foul spider inside of her. And make her a religion check.
Wait, the spider girl that we killed?
10.
She didn't get away, right? The spider lycanthrope? We killed that one.
You guys killed her.
Yeah, we did. That one we did.
As the only thing that you know when he mentions that is just as a broad context with the 10 is Lolth, the queen of spiders.
That's such a hard word to get out of your mouth.
Lolth.
Lolth.
L-L or L. There are two different spellings. L-O-L-T-H.
Lolth.
What's the alternate spelling?
L-L-O-L-T-H.
L-L-O-L.
You have to roll your L.
L-L-C-O-O-L-J.
No, it goes Spanish for the two L's as Yolth.
Yolth.
You know old Yolth? Yeah. I don't know. I felt like it deserved a yeah.
A master of disguise and deception. I believe there was a puppeteering from her, the queen, in this town. I believe the townsfolk and all the members were victims of this puppetry. And I love puppetry, as he mimes.
He pulls out marionettes. This guy's a fucking bit.
Do you know where I can find Lol?
Well, I wouldn't go searching, but the demon web pits of the Underdark. I'm not too familiar with stuff down there, but I could go looking.
And who's her favorite puppet?
Kermit.
She is
Fucking
a
Miss
fan.
Pig.
She's a fan of chaos. And anything, I believe, is opposed to her brother. They have a weird relationship.
She's the brother?
Varen.
Aaron?
Yes. I believe both of them had, and I know this is religious hearsay or conspiracy, but I believe Lolth and Varen both had their own puppets in this town and used the people as pawns in a game of chess that we could only ever dream about.
So, I guess a more specific question. Do you know who's being puppeted?
I
Do you
believe
know-
that the council member that is, well, not here anymore.
Which one was that? I don't know if I'm missing something.
Druid,
So when the whole Stadium Glow happened,
Yeah.
you guys did not see this part.
Yeah,
You guys
we
went
did
to a
know someone
different
got
part of
murdered.
town. And coming back through the Night Owl into the Shroud by Wood, you actually did see Vorda around some of the other dead council members. And he had killed one of them that had turned on all of them.
Okay.
But basically there was a battle between the old 5 members, which were not representative of all of the districts, but were just like druids and people established by Fukuka. But one of them backstabbed and killed a few council members, and then in the fight, Vorda did prevail over the one that Erevis is saying that was the puppet.
Okay. But now that puppet's dead?
Yep.
Okay. I guess what I'm trying to find, Erevis, is a connection between one or many of the council members and the spider lady, and how we can cut that string. These people deserve some sort of freedom, and you know that.
And I love freedom.
I can tell.
You think he
Freedom
loves
of
capitalism?
expression, freedom of speech. I love it all. One thing, though. This Loth puppet, I believe, took over for Kuka. It's posing as him. Coming in and out. Pretending to hold values. You said the druid was dead and you guys saw him die?
Yes.
Where exactly?
We're in the tunnels, right?
100 gold.
I put my hand. I literally put my hand out.
This was rhetorical.
No free information here, bitch.
How the turntables. That's great.
Well, you all said Fakuka died down in the tunnels. At least that's the word through town. I don't believe that was the case. I mean, the real one, yes. But I believe the ones that was around town asking for things wasn't the real one. If that makes sense.
Makes sense.
The struggle for the gem, I believe, fell into the puppet of Varen's hand as opposed to the puppet of Loth's hand. It was a strange, playful game between a brother and sister of gods preying upon our mortal world.
Perhaps. It's just, if you're gonna work in this organization, you have to do your part as well.
Of course.
Because the shit you guys do brings in the income.
Correct.
The money I've given you now is straight from my pocket, so make sure you help these guys out, get what they need, and you'll live more lavishly than ever.
Yes, and I will keep cleaning up the place here. It's quite...
Put a stage in the corner. We'll have an open mic one night or something.
Should I redo that room with... I mean, it's quite torched, but I can make that the stage.
Trust you?
All right. Well, if you ever need me, you know where to find me.
Just one more question.
I have one more answer if you're...
It's just a personal tip.
Gotcha.
Where do you suggest I look first?
For what?
You know. I don't know where to begin. You have the information. You've given it to me. I guess, where do you suggest I look first, and where, and what do you suggest I do first?
Sorry to make a roll.
No, you're good. The trial's tomorrow afternoon.
Well, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and your friends are gonna have their own ideas. But I believe it depends on what you want. If what you want is control of this town, then
I want people to take control of the town.
having control of the council will give you control of the town. But if what you want is the town to be under good rule, well then maybe look into what the military is doing here. They've just shown up recently. Maybe that's what will aid your investigations. Because they're here for something, and I don't quite know what, but there's a reason.
A little spin, turn around, and I walk away.
He goes, to do.
Well, he's extra.
And I'll try to sneak back into my room.
Go for it.
All right. Way better. 23.
Much better. And Sphinx, sometime in the night, the alarm spell would have gone off. And yeah.
I would have made it audible so everyone can hear it.
Great.
I
Oh,
do
so
this for my bed.
So not too much longer, Pem, after you were sitting there in your room after Tejas left, maybe just a couple minutes, you would have heard a ding.
Wait. Is it...
Is this the first time you've done this?
No. Yes.
Did you
Out
tell
of
us?
character, yes. In character, no. Did I tell you? I probably would have.
Okay.
Also, is it Lionel? Because
No.
Okay.
I think it's Pam's
Okay.
people.
The people that were talking to Pem leaving triggered it. Because they would have been
I'd
in
peek
their
out
room
the
when you
door if he told us to, like, listen for it. Like, if we were informed, like, there's an alarm, it
Yeah,
makes a bing, and then I heard a bing, I think Colvin would, like...
And then go back to
Yeah,
bed.
I'll allow it. Make a perception check. Everyone who would. Look
Yeah, I
out.
would for sure.
Given the pre-warning, I would at least peek.
Yeah.
16?
Oh, the 5. So 10.
18.
Yeah, as you guys kind of all come out with the ting of the alarm, you look down the steps and kind of, Gobin, you are able to see a couple of thugs with red bands on their upper biceps leave the establishment.
Are they
through the-
very visibly thugs?
I mean, you've encountered them before, so you.
Okay, I'm
yes
going to
and no.
dramatically sound the alarm then. Thug!
As the team kind of move through the crowd downstairs, but they look to be exiting the building.
I don't know what to do. I just announced it. I'll hold my mace in the hallway.
My
Holy shit.
trophy is still there, right?
Yeah, if you look around, everything is still there, but
Did I recognize him as Teos? Or was it not sure?
you didn't see Teos. You just saw a couple of thugs.
As everyone else collects in the hallway, there were thugs with red armbands.
I just look at Pim.
But perhaps they had a room? They seemed to be just leaving.
I guess if it was right after they left, I wouldn't even look because I would probably think that it was them like leaving.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I would even look.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna pretend like I'm asleep.
So it's me and Schwing in the hallway. Was that the alarm? I heard a ping, like you said.
Yeah,
We're not under attack.
I didn't see anybody, and I still have my trophy, so I think
I
we're good.
saw two men with red armbands, like thugs from before. But they may just be staying here? Does the alarm spell tell intent?
Absolutely not. No.
Oh. So they could have just been passing through.
Perhaps.
I was expecting to be hit or something. I came out here.
I thought it was later than it is.
What is 9:30?
Yeah. I thought it was like 1 or so, but
Oh wow. Well,
he's around.
do we need to set it again, or is it pretty useless?
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. I'll set it again, but I'll wait for a little bit.
Okay.
Then I'll
I
set it.
will. I'm going to go back to my room.
Yeah, just keep an eye out. And also, we've got to do something about these red arm guys, bands, people. Good night.
See you.
Cast alarm again.
Yeah. There are no more pings throughout the night, as you guys can all take a long rest. And I feel like this is a good opportunity to take our break here. As
Club crackers.
yes, Nutella and club crackers, the sponsor for tonight's stream.
Actually. That's so crazy.
Fucking
Snack.
delicious.
Next thing it'll be Vegemite on toast. Tune in next week for that. As
Where do you buy Vegemite?
Oh man.
You make it.
Amazon. Fucking Jeff Bezos. I swear.
Well, when I went to summer camp one year as a kid,
Piece of shit has everything.
we had Australian
Oh,
camp
Connor.
counselors, and we were doing
Connor.
we were doing like a relay race thing. At the end of the relay race was eat a slice of toast with Vegemite on it, and like the first 3 kids threw up. They failed so hard. They're like, all right, never mind. We're just dropping this challenge.
I wonder
That
if
was
it's
it.
that bad.
I think it's just an acquired taste.
Yeah. But to
Something
make
that
you
you're
throw
not-
up,
I mean, they're kids. They're pussies, you know.
You heard it here first. Kids are pussies.
kids are
Hot
pussies.
take of the day.
Kids are fucking pussies.
That's so real.
Kids are fucking little bitches.
I mean, there was a period where I didn't like cheese. Like I was like, that's a puss move.
Yeah.
The puss move. Cheese. No, a craft single.
Well, I could see the aversion to craft singles, but anyways,
Yeah, but like
welcome
not eating.
back.
Now when you're
And,
Anyways, what the fuck are we? What do we do on this YouTube channel?
It is now morning. In
I think that story about his camp counselor should just be a TikTok. Just completely out of context.
wait.
Connor went to camp.
All the kids.
I'm
threw
gonna
up.
be downstairs, looking through my black blood notes, just
Gotcha.
because I'm in,
actually,
intrigued.
the elves, since you guys only need 4 hours of rest, if there's an extra check you would like to make, if you want to make another investigation check or on your notes.
I
maybe
guess
look
I didn't.
through-
I
guess you
didn't.
took 'em.
I didn't ask him, but I guess I was just wondering if I could find a way to see if someone is being puppeteered. If someone is being puppeted, is there like a tell for it?
He like everyone left was the vibe I got.
I know,
Yeah.
but they could catch someone else, and then I don't know.
It would be different for different sort of people.
Okay.
Where Varen, at least in this case, the Dark Seldarin god Varen is more in the night and deceptive and sneaky, as Lalt is more well, they're both kind of sneaky in a way, but like almost taking form of like in disguises and
Okay.
in sort of deception, as where Varen would be more like doing it under the guise of night. Lalt will be in front of you with a mask of deception, sort of thing. If you were to narrow, if you were
Oh,
like
I see.
distill it down.
Okay.
One be under your nose, one be in your face, but not visible.
Okay. Okay. But then I'll have Quoben's breakfast pretty much ready.
Thank you.
Okay.
I fucking
yeah.
sit down immediately at the breakfast, knowing that
Yeah,
it's
if the
for
elves
me.
if the half night sleepers don't have anything else to do, then everyone
I'm
can
good.
wake up and. All right, everyone can wake up and be downstairs. And what would you guys like to do for the day?
Plan our murder.
I mean,
Whoa.
You
weren't
can't
we-
just say that at the breakfast table.
Say that like in character.
we're
Just
we
throwing
not-
out ideas for the group.
Everyone? I don't intend on appearing at this trial.
I could agree with that. Seems foolish to attend. This city is bought and paid for. That whole council.
well, I'm going to go to
corrupted.
the trial.
Have fun rotting in prison.
Hey, so
Why-
fucking dark.
Why would I be thrown in prison?
Out of all the things that these people have done, I'm sure they could conjure up some way to blame us for all of it.
Hear, hear. You know, last night I threw the idea of starting a riot. I don't know how. The people need to take this town over, but
You know, speaking of the people, I was going to ask Miley here what she thought about the current council these past few weeks since we've been gone and been around.
well, I think there's only one member currently. Everyone else is dead, right?
There are currently 3 members. Well,
Is
haven't
Lunar Alati
investigated.
on there already?
You guys actually, that was, you guys don't know, but
We should ask.
Yeah, is Miley flying around a little bit less busy in the morning? Is she here?
yes, she is. In the morning, she mostly takes up a corner booth and has paperwork of stuff and is doing like the ledgers and stuff for the night previous.
He's reading the improvements box, the tip to like any suggestions box.
Basically, and then just going, oh,
Oh, well, these suggestions are just. Who's Mike Hawk?
I can't even read this one.
No.
I'll try to
That's
get
funny.
Molly's attention and ask her, Molly, do you have a couple minutes to talk?
Sharon Needles. I don't. Yeah. What? Yeah. Sorry. Is there something I can help you with?
Yeah.
Oh yes, your
Miley,
questions.
we want to get your honest opinion on the council
Of
these
course.
past few weeks. How's it been compared to past years? What do you think of it? Does it need improving? Are there members that you don't trust? And what about, have you talked to other business owners, other people in the town? What do they think?
Well, most of the business owners that I've talked to or know of, besides the one at the Night Owl, rest in peace. The ones locally here are quite happy. I mean, everyone's gotten their establishments back as the offers and payments have been rescinded, and rent has kind of been in a state of flux for now. But nobody is getting evicted or anything in this time.
Wasn't that only Alidar Rudian's doing?
Well, yes, for the buying out, but he, since everything went down, he has rescinded his offer, and we have
But for
terminated
how
the
long?
contract.
But
How
for
long until he
how-
starts trying to buy up the city again?
And the council is pro Alidar Rudian.
They're bought and paid for.
Well, maybe not
We
all
just
of
keep
them.
hitting the same.
Actually, Aladar was going to buy this very tavern, and
But why?
thankfully, well, I needed money. The tavern here wasn't cutting it, and Maggie was completely depressed, and so much so that she was manifesting boggles in the basement, which you guys took care of. That was a pro move, guys.
That was, bro.
And
Experienced.
as you guys were there for the boggles, they manifest from fairy, basically depression. And she kind of glances over at Maggie, like doodling behind the cash register, and with Aladar's down payment and sort of upfront security deposit, I was able to buy her a whole new set of paints that we. I mean, we
He's
sold.
just
I
depressed
saw them.
painting,
I
though.
told you. They look
we
good.
s- yeah, but we had to sell her paintings, or not some of her paintings, but most of her paints about a month ago, just to make rent. And I didn't want her to go through that again because that was what honestly drove her to manifest the boggles, and I didn't want that to happen again. So
Business is
I was gonna
looking
just
up and looking good,
sell the
right?
tavern. Yes,
What
I
did
mean
you
the
say?
last few weeks. If we can keep this up, we might have to even hire a new staff member. And you hear Juniper like,
Be in a healthy position. All right, that's good news. Let me ask you, if we were to recommend local members to be on the council, would you be interested?
oh,
Or would you
no,
have
no,
any
no.
recommendations, people that you trust?
Juniper.
I am quite too. I am way too busy. But
What
usually,
about Maggie? She's depressed. Maybe that'll make her happy.
Yeah, a whole bunch of responsibility and weight and pressure and stress and anxiety.
People being
Dealing with
angry
a
at
possible
her.
murderer.
No matter
Yeah.
what she does, they're mad at her.
yeah, that'll fix her depression.
How about you go to a losing position in a thankless job that everyone hates her for?
Guys, we're getting too real.
I'm sorry. I derailed. I didn't mean to. It was a joke. It was a joke.
No, it hit home with everyone. All right. What was the question?
Yeah, so Miley, if you're not
are we
interested in the
doing?
council position, are there a couple people in this community that you would trust that you would recommend?
In the shrub, I would usually the druid. I mean, well, with this new structure, I guess they're electing one person from every district.
Mm-hmm.
There are, from the hearsay of the town, there are already a couple districts already accounted for. I guess it was just implied that the Shrobai would have the eldest druid kind of take over that position. So Vorda, I guess, would be the newest council member of this area, but of Shrobai. But a new person in town is actually taken over from Toka Town in the church. Kaladi.
With the body?
I don't really know her too well, but I heard she's
Can't help it.
quite a woman of stature, which I
That's-
appreciate.
She's got huge
That's
tits.
the title lady, right? From the church.
Yes,
Title lady. Yeah.
Lunar is the title.
is the title.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Miley. We just kind of wanted to gauge your opinion of things, where they've been, how they are now, and where you think they'll be. So,
If you had to pick someone for the Shrobai Wood that wasn't a druid, do you have any ideas? Because quite frankly, druids have had their time in this town.
Oh, I would never.
Names.
I don't know any names of people that would be fit for that. It's a very stressful job, but
Yes.
the druids have done well in this town for quite some time. I
Really?
feel like one of them could do okay.
They should all be punished for the failure of one.
Well, if that's how you see it.
Drawing some really hard lines.
all right. Well, Miley, I'll say this. I think you've got a fine establishment here. You've been a great business owner. I think you're well connected in the community. If you think that business is really turning well for you in the next couple of weeks, and you do look for more help for here, I would recommend you take a step back from the tavern and get more involved in the local community, somewhere outside of the tavern. You'd be great, I think. But
And maybe that's
Do it a food shelter or something.
And that could be true, but I really do. I mean, and she kind of glances over at her sister behind the register and is like, I just have more important things on my mind.
I understand that. All right. Well, I don't know what we're going to do next, but if you hear or have any concerns, reach out to me and let me know, would you please? By mail, maybe, perhaps, or something, whatever you can do.
Well, of course. I mean, if you're staying here, I believe I can just... I mean, you have a room. I can just slip a note under your door.
Nope, put it in the mail.
We
Fuck
would
you.
prefer it to
We gotta
be
do this
posted.
proper. We need a paper trail. We need proof.
If you require stamps, then I feel like I can make do, but...
Do you have any special stamps?
Yeah, of course.
Stamps for this establishment? Have you worked with the post office to make special stamps?
Maggie could paint stamps. She could design
That's
stamps.
what she does.
I had a hunch and I knew it.
She already does that.
Oh, man.
She draws stamps
She
a little bit.
fucking
It's mostly a
loves
side
stamps.
job, but she does do it.
She makes more money than this whole place just on the fucking stamp commission.
She's more into acrylics and watercolors, but we do get her to do stamps occasionally.
Well, let me say, you know what? Can I have a few golds worth of stamps? I don't think I've seen them before. But
Gold's worth of stamps, yeah. She pulls out a box.
We got fucking stamps.
10,000 stamps.
Fucking gold's worth. Holy
You
fuck.
just dropped $100 on stamps.
Basically.
Well, yeah, how much money do I have even? I mean, I'm going to drop it gold anyways, but like, where is inventory? Oh, yeah, we're still good. Yeah, I'll take a gold stamp.
Inventory is full.
How many stamps do I get for 1 gold?
Let's say
Enough.
500.
Damn, guys, we are set on the mail for life. For the rest of this campaign.
I want now every piece of mail we have to deduct stamps from your stamp collection.
Yeah, I'm
And then in
putting
4
it
months, you guys will be like, guys, we don't have a stamp for this.
back to Malaria we go.
We have to send more moonstones, and it's like, this one's pretty heavy. You should put like 5 or 6 on that bitch.
Fuck.
Great.
We have 500 stamps now.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck.
But you didn't think this session was going back to the post office, did you?
Oh, every
Give you
week.
a magic item called paper birds that you guys can send to people.
No
But we
thanks.
trust the mail.
All right.
The
Yep.
mail is trustworthy.
All right.
SPS.
Well, I think that's all I have to say to Miley's.
You know what we could
Thank you
do
for
is
your
go to
time.
each section of town and try and figure out who the people want.
I don't know if we have. I guess we could split up, take different parts of the district. Do we have that much time before the trial?
Well, we don't need to go to the trial. Trials are fast.
Okay.
I think we should go.
We
Hang on. We at least
No,
need to
you
be
hang on.
there.
Oh, we're
I
on the
am.
same page. Keep going. Okay.
Yeah. I'm hanging on the rafters. I am hanging on. We should go and represent ourselves, otherwise a verdict might be made, like fucking somebody said, against us. Like
And
we
we
are to
kill them and
blame.
leave the town.
Yes.
Or we can go there and prevent that, so we don't have to kill anyone. Also, I love a good fight.
You were just talking about how this could all be solved with just 1 or 2 more murders.
Yeah, I just said that again, under my breath. You didn't hear me. I love a good fight. Don't get me wrong. But I think we need to just let the people figure it out.
Yeah, I don't want to see them slip back
The
into.
people are idiots.
Well, I will go to the
No,
trial.
I think there's something else bigger going on. I think somebody's trying to come in, take over the city. That's not okay. I think the people, if they know the truth,
They're helpless.
They will
So,
make the right decision.
Hypothetical.
If we left it up to the
Decision?
people, they would all be disappeared into that vampire's lair. The time for leaving it up to them is over.
Ooh.
Hypothetical thing. If we go to the trial and they still convict us of something, do we just do our time? Reconvene
No, we
in
fight.
15
We do
years?
what's right,
Oh,
and
no.
we fight.
So we either go there and we have to fight them on their terms, or we don't go
can
there
split
and
up.
they can come after us and fight on our terms.
We can split up. Sving and I can go, and you three can tend to other business, check in with the districts, whatever you want to do. But I agree
Are we
with
still putting
Sving.
that head in the lion's head?
I would like to do that.
Is that still on the docket for
I
today?
thought we were going to cut the lion's head off and put it on somebody else's bed, but I don't remember.
What
There's
if-
a head that's gonna be in a bed.
Yeah.
How about this? Sving and I will go see. We'll see how the trial plays out. Maybe it turns out favorable. Who knows? And if it doesn't,
It won't.
we resort to intimidation and other extreme
Intimidation.
steps if necessary.
Yeah, like the head in the bed, and also sending a message.
I didn't prepare that today.
I mean, like a corpse message.
Oh, well, good, because I didn't prepare the other one.
Yeah, it's okay. We have
brought
some
my
mail.
Cup of
smells
water
today.
looks kind of. How does the cup of water
Apparent-
look at the bar, or what we're drinking? Is it clean?
It better be, because I didn't prepare that spell either.
Yeah, it's they have clean water here.
All right, good.
She's just fucking feeding you swill. There's like mosquito larvae in it. There, here's some
It's almost
water.
sparkly because with the fairy magic, like
Oh, all right.
has a little bubble to it.
Checking if it needed to be purified. All right. Well, Sving, you and I will go to the trial. These three will.
How long do we have until the trial?
we
You have
probably
most of the day.
some time.
It's closer to night.
We should
Oh, okay.
It's a
we
prime
should
time.
we should ask around about people.
Prime time trial.
Districts and
Next
who they
time,
recommend,
Judge.
who they want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we weren't doing that. Wait.
We'll do that, and then we'll go to the trial, and you guys can get murdered or something. I don't know.
Aren't we just putting a head in a bed?
Yeah, you could do that too.
Should be easy.
But it's.
Don't we have access to the
Do
building
we,
in which
do we
the
want
bed
him
is
to
in?
see it before the trial?
I think, coming home after the trial and knowing that you've done your perfectly good duty to throw the town under the bus and put all good people behind bars, and then finding a giant disembodied monkey head.
Okay,
feel
so
like
we're
that's
thinking
a good-
after the trial. Okay. I
Well,
thought
we can
would-
put it there whenever, but he's probably not going to be in his room all day waiting. I'm sure he's got other places to be.
So wait. Let's back up. You three, Lionel, Coben, and Pam, do not think we should go at all.
No,
I
that's
don't.
the point.
I believe we should go.
I
Okay.
give a wide stare at Lionel and like between
Well,
him and
you guys
Coben.
can go and we can just
What?
go like hang out at the church or something.
I feel like you should be doing something more productive.
More productive than prayer.
No, you're right. That's a good point. Good point. You got me there. You did. Lionel, are you coming with us or are you staying behind?
No, I'll go with you, sir.
Oh, please do not call me sir.
He's
I
like
am the
fucking
third.
purring.
You're not wrong. You're goddamn right he does.
Ooh! He fucking rubs against you.
I pat his head.
At one point I just
So
Hey, smack my hand.
is
Amazing.
this a
cat.
two-way party split or three-way or
Two.
what's
Two-way.
who's going where?
I think me, Serge, and Sphing are going to the trial.
Okay, it is in like the later part of the day, so if you guys would like to do things before then, you
We would
are
like to
welcome
check out the different districts and find out what their favorable candidate is for the entire district, if we can.
Sure. And Quoben and Pem, do you guys have any interest in doing that? Or if not, we can...
Pam, I believe that we should spread word that there will be a special sermon this evening at the Temple of Sahanin.
Yes.
And boost attendance. I think that's what we're...
Yes.
I think that's what we should do.
Yes.
And Jehovah witnessing everybody.
Jehovah
that.
Witness.
Let's murder hobo witnessing people.
All right. Let's distill this down to for you two, a persuasion check with advantage. Either one of you can make it. And then for the three of you, do you guys want to split up to the three districts and ask around or look around?
We just both make a roll, Chris.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work too.
Yeah,
So
I think that's the move.
For Surge,
I got a 12.
I got an 8. We're not very good.
Not very good.
all right. You guys spend the day going around.
One bored person
basically.
who wasn't doing anything shows up that wasn't going to come.
Yeah. You guys go around town and just, hey, there's a special meeting, blah, blah, blah. Like all day, just like, we have a great deal of stuff to do at the Church of Sahanin tonight. Come on down.
We saved the town.
Yeah.
A
You
month
guys spend the day
ago,
doing that. There are 3 districts with members already. I guess you already know one of them. But if you guys would like to look for something, you can make an investigation check or a perception check, depending on how you would like to look, or a like persuasion check if you want to like ask around for details. But we can just distill down to a check and move on. But I can give you guys information based on those rules if you would like to tell me what you would like to gather.
So there are 3 counselors almost kind of decided. How many districts are there total? How many spots do
5.
we not know about? Okay.
2.
Okay.
So currently you guys know that there is I guess you guys do know there are 2 counts. You know of 2 council members, Kaladi, which is for Tokatown. And you know that Vorda is standing in place for the Shrobai Wood, which you guys have your own opinions about him. And then
We do.
Coral Creek, which you guys don't know who the member is. And then Rousette Row, which you guys don't know. And then who the candidates are, which hasn't been decided.
Mm-hmm.
And also Zorkal, the hunting sort of districts, which you guys don't know about.
I'll take Rousette Row.
Okay.
You don't prefer the hunting district?
Oh, I should take that.
I feel like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how the conversation went in character.
Yep, exactly.
Um,
Wait,
Hold
why
on,
are we?
do we
I think I
want
missed
to
it.
redo that?
So-
I guess the 3 of you are splitting up to gather information on either who is going up for the council position or who is currently
okay.
there.
Okay, then
There are
I
the-
will definitely take Coral Creek.
Okay.
and Rousette Row is the other one that we don't know?
Yep.
I'll take that one in that case.
All right. So either make a perception check to go around and look for things that would give you that sort of hint, a investigation check to look for clues, or a persuasion check to be talking to people and gathering that information that way.
All right, I'm gonna run an investigation check.
I'm gonna go perception.
I'm gonna go persuasion.
24.
I'm gonna talk to the people.
8 with my +5.
Yeah.
21.
Hell yeah. So we'll resolve them in that
Bards,
order.
dude. Plus 10.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, crazy.
pretty nice.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
So Coben and Pem, as you guys go around, I believe you're not really staying to a
Search.
certain district, but you guys,
Oh,
We're
never
pretty
mind.
much talking to anybody.
yeah. You guys are going around just talking.
We're the two
And-
Jehovah Witnesses.
Yeah.
Just literally talking to anyone who will stop walking.
What's kind of like your the vibe of the sermon you guys are selling?
We're saying, you remember when the Church of Sahanine saved this town? Well,
Here's
we're
a
going to do it again. Come tonight, the sermon, and you'll find out how we'll save this town and give it to the people.
All right.
That's our elevator pitch.
You get a small amount, but you do get a couple people who do the equivalent of like answering the door and actually having a conversation, as opposed to just peeping through the window and pretending they're not home. Which is how my interactions with Jehovah's Witnesses go. But
I think what you should do is open the door and go, "Who?" and then just close it. So that they see your face in the moment you go, "Who?" and then just close it.
I remember this is a side note story. I remember Matt Earl babysitting me, and Jehovah's Witness come by. He goes, "We don't need any," and then just shut the door.
That sounds right. We don't need any of that religion.
And anyways, so as you guys are doing that, first roll 24 investigation. Lionel, let's go down the Coral Creek. There's a bridge in kind of the intersection between the districts of town that you take some stairs down. There's this hole underneath, basically down to the Underdark. Underneath one of the bridges, and as you kind of walk by, you see the equivalent of like fantasy trash can fires. Very poor and part of
Hoover
community
Townie.
here. Yeah. Those that have tents or like mats to sleep on are the ones who are more well off here. There are carved out sections in the Underdark that could be either hand carved into tunnels, but the shadow here as you enter it is just the Underdark of the town that people reside in. With your 24, you meet you actually see a fine fellow dressed in robes, kind of he's bald, and he's going around and like handing out food to people and taking care of the less fortunate. But with some investigation, you're able to deduce and find out enough clues to know that Mr. Elion Darkwood is the elected council member of the Shadow and Coral Creek.
Elion can stay. Nobody gets that. Nobody gets that reference.
I
I feel like that was,
know.
I feel like that was a
fucking
deep
do.
cut. I feel like that cut
I
was
do.
deep.
Elion.
What's it from?
It's from some old Chappelle's Dave Chappelle stand-up bit.
Sir Elian Darkwood.
It is a deep cut.
It is. Yes.
Okay.
All right. And next roll is a 8 Sphing, as you... We're just resolving these kind of quickly of just like information rolls. For the day, look around the hunting district, Zorkal, and you're just kind of eyeing how everyone is walking about, and then get kind of distracted with being people asking about the tales as now the word has gone out about how you have killed this great beast, and you like this is kind of derailed your whole sort of investigation here and your whole line of thinking as you stop every 20 to 30 yards to be like, oh yes, and then you go on about how and almost as a fish story, it gets bigger and bigger each time, and the monster gets more arms and larger and
like George Costanza. The sea was angry that day, my friends.
Yes. And the way you kill him kill the beast starts to change as you go. But with an 8, you are unable to see or gather anything throughout the day.
Do I ever see my good friend Donde?
Oh yeah, you'd see Donde around.
Where?
Can I get any information from him at all? Can I do like a charisma something or an extra
damage to the enemy?
As you finish
charisma something. Same vibe.
As you finish up one of these stories, as he goes, he had 40 arms, and then Donde's like, you see him. Well done. What? Hey, Sphinx, what are you doing around this part of town?
Oh, I'm just talking about the hunt. It was so. Oh wait. No. Oh, the guy, the council guys that's currently in this area. What do you guys think about him? As the hunters go, is he good for business, bad for business? Does he suck a lot? Do you think he's maybe a coward? Perhaps he's in somebody else's pocket?
I will say make a persuasion check with disadvantage because you kind of failed the first check. So
I didn't kind of fail it. I failed it.
You failed the first check, so this one is going to be with disadvantage, and you're talking. Just know that you're talking to a man named Donde Estebanio.
Okay, I rolled an 18 and an 11.
What was his last name?
Estabano, Donde Estabano.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I thought you said Esubano.
No.
Where's your bathroom?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
As Donde here is just oh well, there's there's members, there's people applying. See how much information he knows. Oh god.
He doesn't even know where the bathroom is.
Has no idea.
He's got no fucking clue.
Look, there's old members of the White Stag trying to get in the position. There's people from the Wildeco tribe. Honestly, I think you should run. You killed this great beast. I mean, from what you've told me, it had 18 to 20 arms, possibly even 30. And with that prowess of
it's just a millipede now. It's a millipede with a gorilla head.
I think you'd be a great leader, Sphinx, and I think you should do it.
I dare his ass.
Was you... If you are my running mate, then yes.
You have yourself a deal.
I shake on it.
Fuck.
The I don't know, hunter's fucking code or
Yep.
I don't know.
You guys shake like like
exactly.
Spartans.
Yeah, okay. That's good. That's what I'm going back with.
Just tell me where you need to be. Or where I need to be. I don't know where anything is, really.
You are a hunter. You should know what everything is. Maybe you're not the right person to be my running mate. I don't know. Come to the courthouse at trial starts now, PM, and I will see you there.
Well, you got yourself a deal.
Okay.
And where is it?
Oh, it's over there. Bye.
See ya.
I don't know if he's going to be there or not. Probably not.
We'll see. Surge, as you go through Rousset Row, you talk to enough people, go through enough little spots and shops, getting the word of the district. You get word that there is a man that now owns the Tall Glass, which you've been to before, that is running and vowing for the council position. Under the name Tejas Red, which I don't think you know by name. And you wouldn't have talked to him directly, but you have memories of the Tall Glass, and some good, some bad, but all in the same night. But that is where you did die that night. The last time you were at the Tall Glass.
Yeah, I'll make note of that name and bring it back to
Yep.
the party.
And also, there is, with your 21, you do get word of another, just a couple. As around here, there are more knights, Austrian Empire knights around, as they do put word in that you ask about it to one of them, and they say that Sir Barrett will probably take over.
Sir Bear?
Barrett.
Okay.
As he is competent. He's competent enough. And,
okay.
but unless you'd like to do some sort of role play, it looks like it's up between those two right now.
Is that the military that Erebus was thinking about or talking about? Okay.
And they're both running. Sorry, neither one is decided yet.
Correct.
Okay, all right. No, that's all. I'll take.
What was that military called again?
The Austrian Empire.
Austrian. Okay. Austrian Empire.
All right, and that's what you guys spend the day doing. Each of you to your own doings. As unless you guys would like to do anything else, we will go to the trial. So interrupt me now or forever hold your peace.
I just want to look something up real quick before.
Sure.
Request a
Courtroom
law and
words
order.
to say during
Dun, dun.
a trial. I object. This is perjury.
Yes.
Not badgering the leading witness.
Oh, okay. No, never mind.
Mary?
Okay.
Mary here with bag of badger.
With a bag of badges. Oh my god.
All right. As
Oh, I was turned way down. Fuck.
You were, but
that wasn't loud enough.
I heard it enough.
Oh,
you guys head to the Shrobai tree, which is the trial and forming, well, of mostly the council. But as you guys walked in the trial this time, you walk into the open room of the hollowed out trunk of the tree, to where before it was just Vorda at the end of a table that was much too long for him. You see two faces on both sides of him. To his right, you see Kaladi in a silvered plate. And to his left, a man in gray robes and a bald elven head. As Lionel, you recognize as Elion. And now as the chamber starts to fill with others and Aladar walks in, you guys are all here, and a few of the townsfolk from all of the districts are here as well. Probably a total of just over 100 people have fitting snugly in here.
Is Erebus in here?
Make a perception check.
19.
19. As you look over, you see the top hat as you gives you a little tip of the
Motherfucker.
hat.
Is
Mercs
Donde here?
Make a perception check.
We're all checking.
He's just over there like. I love the idea that his last name is Esubano.
Shit. I can't see it. Shit.
And this Subanya.
I rolled
17.
I rolled a 17 for Donde.
Esubano.
Yeah, as you're looking around, you don't see him, and then at first you hear a familiar voice, and it just goes, "Where's the bathroom here? Where'd I be in?" All right, it's a tree. I don't know where we could. Okay, I was just asking.
Does he drink it?
Okay, he's here.
As
What'd you roll?
I rolled crap. I rolled 6, so Mercs probably isn't here. This isn't his scene.
oh, you're looking for Mercs. Yeah, you're unable to see whether or not Mercs is here. So you guys come up the opposing table. I believe it's probably Quoben at one table, and maybe a couple of the others.
There.
Oh, that's right. Quoben and Pem specifically not there.
Yeah.
It's weird. Don't need to be there.
As the three of you who walk in, basically have the prosecution and defense as the defense. Aladar is standing at by himself, and then as you guys walk in, there's nobody at the basically prosecution table. So as
We approach. I would say no.
The group's name is the prosecution, so
are you standing in for Sir Corbin?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And where is he?
He's
As
taking
Vorta
sanctuary at the church.
As Vorta kind of stands up, and then Claudia goes, No, he's doing service of the church. Okay. Not sanctioned? Yes, sir. All right.
I sanction my own shit.
Then you guys see Kaladi kind of make eye contact over with you two and just give you like the slightest of nods. And Vorta then speaks back up. Well, last time it was just myself, but we have been reforming the council, this time taking members of each district. So I will be accompanied by my dearest Luna Kaladi, fucking
Motherfucking
With my bad bitch friend over here coming into court.
AKA the title.
I will be gathered here by Luna
The title.
of the Knight's Radiance, Kaladi Bira, and to my left is Elion Darkwood, representing the Court Creek.
Was good.
And Elion doesn't say anything, but just stands up and gives a little bow. Okay, well, I think last time we left off, it kind of stopped in a kerfuffle of sorts, and we were unable to gather any sort of true information. So, as you guys are prosecuting Mr. Aladar already in here with a accompaniment to manslaughter, I believe it was.
Kidnapping, manslaughter,
withholding
unstationed
information.
experimentation on living humans and other peoples. Perhaps some illicit drug manufacturing. We don't know.
And he has denied all of this. So any sort of, I guess, final statements or any more information to be presented here? Or has anything new come about?
No.
And Aladar kind of stands up and just, well, it's preposterous that I would be accused of such things. There is just no, I had no idea. Just because it happened in a building that I own doesn't mean I should be prosecuted.
I want to do something before he starts talking, though.
Go ahead.
I want to cast Detect Thoughts on him.
On who?
On Aladar.
Oh.
Wait, do I have that? I do have that, yeah, okay.
Oh.
I'm just bringing it up real quick.
I hope they
'Cause I
don't catch
believe
me
it's-
lying, he thinks.
He has to make
So
Go ahead.
Well, I think if you dig deeper, he has to make the save, but I think baseline, you know something. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what's most important on its mind.
Mm-hmm.
Then as an action, you can go deeper, and then that's when he makes a save. So initially, when you cast Detect Thoughts and starts appearing into his mind, you get a sense of some strange balance of worry and overconfidence. As like on this teeter-totter of anxiety and everything to overcompensate that to balance it out is a guise of confidence. But there's a part of him that is worried this will go sour.
Okay, all right.
But if you want to peer into his mind deeper, I will make a wisdom save.
I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm also going to try to scan the initial thoughts of... it only lasts for a minute, so tell me if I'm... how long I have. But I'd also like to get the thoughts of... what do you call it? Voladar. Or Vodar.
Vorda?
Yeah.
You get a sense of almost relief that he's not doing this by himself.
Okay. Can I also do scans? I don't know how much this would eat up for a minute. Can I do scans on the other two there too, Kaladi and Elion? Or how far does a minute stretch with this?
The minute is
maybe I'm
gonna
pushing it.
be stretching here, but since you're not diving into anyone's mind, I guess I will allow it just to do. But after this, it's gonna end.
Fair.
So
Yep.
since you're not diving into anyone's thoughts, you're just doing like a quick
Yeah.
kind of sweep of things.
Mm-hmm.
Kaladi is a. You get the sense of pride of like, oh, of course I'm in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Like a mixture of pride and arrogance.
Okay.
Elion, you get a thought of contemplation and purpose.
Okay.
As you look at him, he's being very intentful and focused.
Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, since you didn't dive deep, that's what you're doing for the next minute as Elion is talking Aladar, and it's just ridiculous that this would even be set to the recess of the trial and now we have to pick back up. It's absurd. I did nothing wrong. I simply rented out a place, and an individual came through and caused ill doings on the town. It doesn't mean I'm responsible.
How many other places have you purchased here?
Of many places. The entirety of Rousset Row I have purchased from the Shrobai Wood.
And the people that live here have no problem with that?
Can I make...
One person owning all of the land?
Make a what?
Oh, sorry. I want to make an... I don't know if he was going to keep going, but can I
No,
make an
sorry.
insight check on Aladar to
Understand.
see if he's like loath or if he's like... I just want to see if
Yeah.
I can... Okay.
Yeah. Go
There's
ahead.
a connection there. Oh, motherfucker. 14.
14. You. Hold on. I need to make a roll real quick. You get that he is politicking a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But not in a way that is untruthful. But
Right.
his speech is leaning towards is almost perfect in a way where it's nothing he says is going to incriminate him.
Because I think I know after talking to Erebus that he really isn't a part of anything, but he could be a part of it in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I know what you mean.
All right.
But yeah, you get with your connecting dots with your previous conversation with Erebus, and you even like during this conversation, you like look over at him and he gives you like a little bit of sort of facial expression through the crowd, and you know he is not connected, but doesn't mean he's a good guy. Or as you're kind of watching this transpire, and I mean, you could just let it happen, and it would go one way. You could save the man from a prosecution. There's all these things that kind of come through your mind, but it's ultimately up to your judgment.
Okay. I'm gonna let the trial go.
As Aladar continues and I've done nothing wrong. I've simply rented it out. I was bamboozled as much as any of the people in here.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Fucking 23.
Nice.
Pretty good.
In that brief moment when he says that, you see a sense of worry to him and almost a glimpse of panic. And you can tell he's telling the truth. He's being honest. That he didn't know, at least. But doesn't mean that it wasn't his building. But as this is kind of back and forth is going between you guys, Aladar, and Vorta asking sort of questions. The large double doors to this area just bust open, and you hear the clanking of metal boots just kind of marching in as many knights, Dostrian knights, walk through and then kind of split ways, and a very noble figure with a short sword on one side and a pistol strapped to his under right side, one pauldron, and it kind of slicked back brown hair. Just kind of come in. Always, can I be a part of this council thing here that we got going on in the town? I feel like I should be allowed to vote, if anyone. What's going on here? I represent the Dostrian military. My name is Sir Barrett, and I would love to take part in this sort of exciting ordeal.
Are you fucking crazy, guy?
You're asking the obvious looking questions. I brought a military, so I think I vote.
Well,
you come in here with your military, you ask what's going on, I want to vote. You don't even know what's going on. Why do you want to vote? What are you voting on? What are you voting on?
Because
Sing.
We'll kill you right now.
I start doing the like just piss off cat thing.
as Vorta kind of sees, he goes, please, this is for our town to decide. And then Sir Bear interrupts and is just, well, I'm a part of this town now, and for under jurisdiction of the Dostrian Empire, as seen here. And he pulls up a missive. I have right as anyone here to participate, and if the rumors are true, What is this man? A traitor? Do we all agree that?
If the evidence points that it's true, sir, then yes.
Well,
I am the evidence.
he looks back at the knights and everyone around. What if we have a traitor in the Empire? What do we do? Cat, what would you do with the traitor? And he looks at you, Sving.
I'm sorry, I have a name. It's not Cat.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What is your name?
I am Sphingomonus Malonus. And you are?
My name is Subert. Well, Sphingomonus Malonus. What would you do with a traitor?
Kill him.
Oh, sounds like somebody has been keen on the military in his day. Give this man a round of applause. And he looks, and all the knights kind of give a laser, as there's 20 knights now in the chamber here. What? And then Aldar, what? No, I do never. But, any objections? No?
I like it, Luna.
I raise my hand.
Well, sir. Fine attire you have.
You
What
as
is
well.
your objection?
We have no proof that he actually has committed any form of treason to the town and to its people. We're just trying to get around at what actually happened.
Well,
Though we did accuse him with many wrongdoings, but that's only because it's his property, and this going on under his nose is quite, frankly, a mistake easily avoided.
More negligence than nefarious, I think. Right?
well. From the reports that Vorta gave me yesterday, and he pulls out this sheet. I have... what is it? 1,000 counts of third-degree manslaughter. Is the prosecution. So what is that? It gets rid of what? 2, 3, 4 negligence? Maybe we'll count 10. For the sake of argument, we'll say 100. 1,000 people are missing, sir. Aiding and abetting, third-degree manslaughter. Whatever it is, this man is a traitor.
Do you mind if I see that paper, sir?
Of course.
Is it officiated?
It's Vorta's officiating of the previous accusations.
Okay.
And you basically see a Quobendur in our signature at the bottom of it, going like, this is like...
Well, this is what we're... Yeah.
This is your like written form of prosecution in a way. Of like the details of things that happened and transpired as Sir Bear is then... Well, no need for a trial then. Let's get to the election. We have 2 council seats here. Anyway, knights, take them. And about 10 knights come up and grab Aldar out of his chair. It's like, oh, what is going on?
Sir, please let him go.
Oh, I'm sorry. He has some business to take care of outside. He's a traitor, everyone. Regardless of what we are going to vote on for the council, we must dispose of traitors to the Empire, and he is one of them.
Yes.
And Aldar is being dragged out by just under 10 knights of the Dacian Empire. And, well, Vorta, should we get to the important business of the day? You just hear, no, please. As Aldar is being dragged out, and then you hear the doors shut. We need to vote, right? We have 2 empty chairs. We need 5. An odd number. It's a perfect number for a council, in my experience. Odd numbers always better. That way there's no ties. I would like to stay here with my time being from the Daustrian Empire, and I would like to put in my vote for chair of Rousset Row, is what you call it. I know there are votes going out, but I can handle my own business, and I would like to represent the land of Daustria for this chair.
I look to Volodar, or what's the druid guy?
Vorda?
I keep forgetting. Vorda. And just kind of see his reaction. I guess Kaladi and Elian too.
Yeah, you almost see a worry on Vorda's face in a way that he's not. He's trying to hide that he's losing control. In Kaladi, you just see a faint, like, micro expression of a smile. Then Elian is a visage of almost like terror, but in a very small, like, he's trying to hide his terror.
Okay, and then one more thing. I'm gonna whip a look at Aravis and kind of give him this look of like, this is fucked, and something needs to be done.
Hard as a rock back there, dude. He loves this shit.
I don't think he does though, because this is like very martial law, and it's not very free, as he assumed.
Make
that
a
I
perception
assumed.
check.
Okay.
I just thought the drama. He loves the drama. He seems like such a
15.
drama lover.
15. You look back to where you was standing, and he is no longer there.
Okay.
He was a traitor.
No, I don't think so. But he didn't want to be there either.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
But as Vorda stands up, he's like, well, we will be having an election. Voted by the people and voted by any... is anyone else running... want to put in their hat? I know we have one other person. Recent owner of the Tall Glass that will be running against you, Sir Barrett. But we still have an empty chair for the hunting district. So if you're imposing that this man is an enemy of the Empire, then I'm afraid that's just out of my jurisdiction. But this town is still under a control of the council, and we must uphold those standings. So we must have an election, and if you happen to win, Sir Barrett, then yes, Sving.
Donde Estabano for the hunting district.
Oh, hello, I am here. Where am I supposed to be? Where do I stand?
Come up here.
Oh, hello, everyone. Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I'm not really used to large crowds. What am I doing?
You are being nominated for the council chair in the hunting district.
Oh, I feel like that's quite out of my wheel set.
No, I don't think so.
And then Vorda, okay, Mr. Donde, you all running against a couple others. The leader of the White Stag and also a member of the Wildercoat tribe that is currently residing in town. Those elections will be taking place over the next few days. Feel free to cast your votes and present them here at any time. We will be taking tally of those, and you'll establish the council. If this trial is over, he looks back at Sir Barrett, if you're establishing a sense of, if the Daustrian, this is out of my jurisdiction, and the Daustrian Empire is taking over in this case, I hope this is the only one, then I guess we are done here. And then Sir Barrett, well, quite enough excitement for one day. Guess we are done. Remember, the Dacian Empire will have your back, and this city's back at any time coming forward. So, if you like the safety and protection of the Dacian Empire and the Knight's service, remember to vote for me. I will be stationed here for quite some time, but doesn't mean I can't have a bit of a leg in the race.
Sir Barrett, about how much time is a long time? A month? A year? A decade?
Well, at least a year, but you know how assignments go in the military. Maybe you don't. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
So, Bert, are you going to kill Aladar?
I'm not. And he turns around. All right. Let's go. And the knights kind of walk out with their metal boots clanking across the wooden floor as Vorda does like a apprehensive sort of like knock. All right, everyone vote. Remember, represent your districts in a way where this council will be formed in an honest manner.
I'm going to run over and try to catch Sir Barrett one last time as he leaves.
Yeah, you're able to as you leave the door. You like kind of grab his shoulder. Oh, can I help you?
Just one suggestion, sir. I really don't give a shit what you do with him. But I give a shit of what you do with his monetary value.
Okay.
If you can, I don't care if the Empire takes a cut or whatever. I don't know what you guys do. But if you could hand some back to the community, that'd be great.
Make a persuasion check.
Fuck, dude. 9.
He just kind of looks at you, scans you up and down, and goes, "We'll see."
All right.
And
At least make his death quick. And I keep walking away.
All right. As we'll cut from this to the church, much different vibe going on. As Pem and Quoben, you guys are having a nice little time here.
At the rally. Have all the people showed up? What's our turnout?
Well, the turnouts, as you guys have been showing up, 2 sermons here the past month or so. It's been getting bigger and bigger each time. The pews are filled, but as you're scanning about, as both of you are kind of standing up near the front of the church here, you guys see a couple of people that you guys, I mean, just a handful, probably 5 or under of the people you guys were going out and basically handing pamphlets out to that showed up. But
Yeah.
most of them are the previous clientele and the natural word of mouth growing of the church. But you guys are standing at the front of the church with a full house. What would you guys like to do?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. It is time. This town gets back to what it used to be like before the Druids took over. Before the Druids ruined Mylari and gave it to vampires and all kinds of dark forces. Does anyone enjoy when your friends go missing? Do you enjoy not knowing whether or not your home is safe? If a giant explosion will take you into the dark depths of the Underdark?
No! Like a butt. No!
Exactly. These druids think that they've been in charge and think that they've been doing what's best for the town. But I don't think they have they?
No, not at all.
Exactly. All they do is sit in their tree, pretending to be better than us, mightier than us. And the council itself, they think they own it. They think they can hold their little thing.
council.
The people need to be the ones electing the council. The people need to be on the council.
We already elected Kaladi.
Yes, and Kaladi is a start, but there's other districts. And we need to get the druids out of this town. They do horrible dark magic in that tree.
Terrible things.
Yes, Pem, a druid of a fire group, is a trusted druid. These other druids,
So not all druids are bad?
No, just these specific druids.
Oh.
Pem, please. What? They break all the druidic laws. I've heard that. Is that correct?
They're very bad, this town.
Oh.
There's no way they could come back. They're so corrupt.
Oh, yes, I've heard that.
Why
These
don't you guys...
druids here are notorious for their dark ways.
Yes, I heard they even used some of the spirit of those who were kidnapped in their dark spells. Perhaps even Leonin, is that his name? Or is that the race?
This is race.
His name is
Vorda.
Vorda.
You're fucking racist.
Fuck it. We're not gonna lead into it. Fuck these lion people. It's the fiddliest veil, it's not racism. And Vorda. I got sidetracked.
What should we do about it?
We should run them out of town. We don't want we don't want their druid kind here. Not the
Why don't you
tree
guys
druids.
Make both of you make a check for me in your rallying.
Let's check.
Make a persuasion check if your character truly believes what they're saying, or a deception check if you're trying to coerce them to do something.
At 20.
We're getting a crowd here. We got a mega church. This
I don't want to say what my
Joel
roll
Osteen
was,
shit.
but it was an at 20.
Okay.
Some Joel Osteen fucking out.
24.
All right.
Verda drank the blood of the last archdruid. I heard that. I don't know if it's true, but it sounds like it might be.
As the whole crowd here seems, as you guys are going back and forth, adding on,
It's just
You
a bunch of
guys
fake news. We're just generating a bunch of fake news.
yeah, you guys have completely
Radicalized?
uh,
That's what we're aiming for. Is
That's the goal here.
the goal is radicalization.
yeah, you guys have radicalized. You've created QAnon.
Yeah, that's our goal is our goal is QAnon.
I can't wait for the
no.
QAnon fucking shaman.
I fucking got my mask on. I put on. I've got my Moonstone mask on.
Oh, you do?
I'm up here in character.
Holy fuck.
Okay. That has separate effects.
I don't think it does anything when you put it on.
Maybe not when you put it on.
Jim Carrey the mask style. You just tall guy with a green face.
Yeah, so
Actually, I think it does.
I can speak telepathically
Gotcha.
and I can detect thoughts, but that's it.
Yeah.
It takes a save to take it off, but
Yeah.
I haven't tried yet.
So basically, as Quobin's putting on this mask, he stopped speaking in his voice, but is telepathically communicating with people. and you can detect thoughts if you would like. And you do kind of initially do it around the crowd and gather
we'll do a quick
they're
flashback.
on board.
Do a quick flashback to before. Pem, I'm gonna put the mask on. I think it'll have a good effect. What do you think?
I think that's the right call.
As in the words you're saying to radicalize, Quoben is miming and viciously, he's basically being the torso part of your Third Reich, basically.
Well,
Oh.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
All right, not that far.
We're not trying
Maybe
to exterminate them. We're just running them out of town.
Okay.
Jesus.
Kirby.
Jesus, Kirby, always take it one step further.
We're not fucking making camps.
Yet.
Yeah, we liberated the camps.
But we can
Under
use
the
them later.
That's true.
Mention, you know.
Yikes. Too
Okay.
soon.
Well,
Uh,
it was more in a reference to how animated Hitler's speeches were. As without a voice, you are being the animation, as Pem is being the voice. And
We gotta run the druids out of town. Should we send them to the meeting? To the vote?
Yes.
All 15 people.
We're like fucking abortion clinic protesters.
Jesus Christ. Holy fuck.
Like it's not doing anything, but they still feel like they have to. Like
Yeah.
I think we might be about to do something.
only on YouTube. All right.
yeah, you can do
thank God
anything.
we're way past the first 10 minutes.
That's true. As
We don't support them. We're just
That's what we're doing.
That's just what we're doing. The same level of dumb idea.
so you guys are sending your radicalized church members to the trial as opposed to showing up yourselves?
Oh, I think I was gonna go with them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Oh.
try to like incite
We're
this
just-
thing.
we're doing a mob kind of vibe.
All right.
Oh.
As you guys incite a
We're doing a
mob,
religious mob.
Like,
We got chants like
Tiki torches, pitchforks,
"Keep your
all of it.
druids out of my council.
of course, yeah, absolutely. As you guys
there's a
incite
lot of
your...
effigies being constructed.
Oh, there's effigies?
Oh my
It's
God.
a bunch of shitty trees.
I think so, and I think that at some point they're going to be lit on fire. So
Yeah, we'll light trees on fire. We'll light the whole fucking tree, the ancient giant tree.
that might be a little bit.
Wow.
All right, well,
little bit
we'll
far,
we'll
but-
find the line. We'll find the line
As you-
during
Yeah,
the ride.
it's somewhere in the middle.
As you guys really incite everyone in the church to
We're marching the Capitol. That's all
You're
I'm saying.
marching the
We're marching on the Capitol.
you are marching the Capitol as all the Church of Sehanine members leaving Kaladi leaving you and Pem in charge to run the sermon. As you guys
We made
incite-
QAnon and we're marching on the Capitol.
You might have made a mistake.
as you guys reach
There's no consequences.
the Shrobai tree, as everyone is leaving, as we will cut to the scene of the church members and led by Pem and Quoben are marching to the quote unquote capital. As you guys are leaving a trial, Serge and Sving and Lionel,
We've been
just
holding
leaving
a
right
trial
behind,
of public
right
opinion.
behind the Dostrian Knights and Sir Barrett himself. As you guys leave the tree, and from one of the lone branches of the tree, there are 4 knights standing under a hanging Aladar.
Ooh.
As
Pim's excited.
there are some knights, Dostrian knights, standing underneath, kind of have hoisted, and Aladar is unmoving. As everyone is exiting the tree, and you guys are marching upon the capital and see this sort of scene.
Do they
And-
hear in the distance a chanting?
As you guys do your chant as you come closer, Sir Barrett is leaving. Just
Hey,
he just looks.
these druids gotta go.
God damn it.
Fucking
As,
Jesus.
As Sir Barrett just kind of leaves, looks at the knights behind him, and looks up at Aladar and goes, "A traitor to the Empire is not an ally we would choose to stand with.
Open's gonna have to switch to like an oath breaker or something.
Good night, everyone." And then he walks. Him and the knights kind of walk past and look at you guys as you're, hey, what the?
We're late.
Yeah, just
We're
a
not on
second
time.
late.
Do I see him coming? Do I see Pim and Surge?
Oh yeah. it's
I don't know. We're
hard to
probably
miss.
just in the middle. I don't feel like we're leading or anything. We're kind of just mixing.
I just kind of wave at him and point to the hanging prosecuted.
A voice appears in your mind. Oh, did the trial work out?
Yeah, he's dead.
You
I
don't have to
yell out
like
loud.
in here. Yeah. You don't have to yell. We're going to get rid of Verda, the druid. That fucking lion.
Are we gonna
Yeah?
murder this guy?
No,
Right
we just
now?
went out of town.
Okay.
I mean, we.
I mean, what if he
mob
fights
will
back?
decide. The mob will decide in the end. In the end, the mob will decide, and if it just ends up with someone pooping on his desk, like
Hey, the trial is exiting. Maybe we could pick up a couple extra guys for the mob. Hey, everybody! Guess what?
we don't
What?
really have a plan.
Come with us. We're going to have some fun.
A persuasion check.
I'm not great at those. I rolled a 4.
You think you're talking out loud, but Quoben, you just hear this yelling voice as your telepathy, as he's just yelling inside of his own mind at people who are not paying attention.
Let it slide.
I'm just over here doing this,
I mean, we didn't have a plan when we left.
Did not have a plan at all.
Now that you guys have a crew of church members who are very excited, just going, yeah, what now? What now? We're here.
We got here. We'll let the mob decide. We'll let the group consciousness take over
oh no.
of our radicalized, the group consciousness of our radicalized mob.
Okay, roll a D100.
Oh
This is
yeah,
not going to go well.
You can do this.
Oh
Amazing.
man.
Let's go.
I fucking love this.
Or
Oh, no.
Fuck.
Oh shit.
is that good
Okay.
or nothing happens?
So, as you and Pem are kind of now quietly having a conversation, well, look what we did. We kind of got him here.
All we
And,
know is it's an extreme result.
and you guys are talking well, we got here, and then Quoben, you kind of look up at Aladar, you're well, honestly, it's kind of handled in my eyes. And
I think
Pem, you kind of see the same thing, and then all of a sudden you look back at the mob, and there's like a hustle and bustle of people like your whispers like, yeah, let's get them, the druids, yeah, they're bad. And then alone, like something gets tossed at the tree, just like and just kind of like a glass bottle shatters off the tree, like yeah. And then something else gets thrown at the tree. Yeah, let's go. Down with the druids. Burn it down.
You got fucked up now.
Oh my
As the mob starts to get more lively, and with each toss of destruction, they find themselves more in tune with the crowd and more hidden and distanced from the outcomes of any sort of ill doing, as
real life.
a mob is formed with a direction, and
So it was this extreme. This was the extreme that the 4 was.
It
Yep.
might get more extreme.
as they start with an intent heading towards the tree. And that is where we'll pick up next time. As
What
you guys
an
do,
ending.
and the 3 who are at the trial come out to a angry mob incited by Quoben and Hem of radicalized and almost brainwashed people marching on the Capitol.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, we did it, Chris.
Look,
It's a dream come true.
Oh my
I think that tree's getting burned down, boys.
Holy shit! I hope they have security.
This we may have ruined the town.
If you're like, well, let's just see what the mob does, which is like the worst thing that any sort of leader could do.
All right, we
Leave
did
it
it.
to,
The trial's over. The guy got prosecuted. Everything's. Hey, what's happening over there? Oh shit!
fuck.
Oh God.
I'm imagining
I
the
love
scene from what's the Andy Samberg movie where Hot Rod? You know, where they're like walking and
yeah.
chanting and singing in the town, and all of a sudden it just bursts into chaos. It's like, holy shit!
Very similar.
Successfully march on the Capitol. Check.
I
I'm
don't
just
care
trying to
about
keep
this
it
town.
relevant here at Thalass Gaming. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Topical.
Thanks for
Yeah.
watching. That
Uh,
crazy.
I'm pretty sure
didn't-
neither.
I didn't know
see
where it was gonna go tonight. Like
Was
earlier.
that one of the 3 that you had planned?
No, it was marching on the Capitol tree was not.
Forming
What I-
QAnon and then marching on the Capitol.
You telling me you
not
didn't
really-
expect that?
No, I didn't.
Oh
I
my
get it. That was
God.
really easy. I get how that was really easy to do.
Just get swept up in the storm and the fury of things.
The natural 20 and high roll and the check to, and you guys already had a pre-established thing with the church, so
Yeah, we've been working on a cult.
Yeah.
you've been working on the cult. This is just the first outing of the cult, and
We're taking the cult for a spin.
My nat 20 was a deception check, by the way. So
okay,
there's a little bit of evil there.
as you and Quoben both lied to the crowd. And
Well, we
incited
knew that they just needed to get rid of it. We knew it was for their good.
I think that this place will be better off once it's half burned
Colbin
down.
100% believes that.
Well, we'll see how it pans
I
out
think
next
we
week.
radicalized ourselves.
Oh my god.
When there is
have
a
we
riot
done?
on the Shrubite tree in an effort to stop the vote. Maybe.
Fuck.
Oh,
my
no.
god! What have we done?
What we did is the same.
We can't even establish fantasy government.
We gotta stop the council steal. We gotta stop the steal of the council. These druids. Where's the box of votes?
They're cheaters.
God.
Jesus Christ. You menaces.
Why is there a wagon in your truck?
I'm crying.
I heard they were dumping votes in the river.
Check the mail.
It's the post office. They can't be trusted.
Stop the mail. Hashtag stop the mail.
Oh my god.
All right, kiddos. I'm outie.
All right, hell yeah. We'll close out as we'll deal with that next week, whatever that means.
Oh no.
All right.
We'll deal with our actions next time.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Go fuck yourself.
Here you go.
There you go.